Hello and welcome back. Good evening, everybody. Tonight we are set up for a little bit of VFR flying around New Zealand's South Island. It's a beautiful place to fly, and I figure we'd add a little bit of challenge with the unpressurized version of the Baron. I've only got maybe an hour in this so far, so it should be interesting, especially with the weather that we have this evening or today. Take a look at the windsock out there. This should be nice and challenging. We're on the northern tip of the South Island. And you can start by doing a little walk around. You can see the wind is it's already affecting the props. Got some bugs from the last flight. A little walk around. Everything looks like it's in decent working order. See, I don't have any chocks in. We've already done our pre-flight. Go ahead and hop in here. And get closed in. And get a little bit of air in here while we're sitting on the ground. So I've got SayIntentions running. Everything else, I am also running AutoFPS. Been experimenting with that a little bit over the past couple of days. Not sold yet. I'm sure a lot of it is just my settings. So we'll see how it goes. See what the trade-off is here for our LODs, our terrain, and our frames. We are flying the unpressurized version of the Baron. Let's go ahead and get that taken care of. Fuel selectors are both on. We'll go ahead and run through our checks here, get everything going. Let's see, is there an OBS meter on this? I've not seen one. Oh, let's see. I don't see an OBS meter. I'm not sure if there's one, if I'm just overlooking it. Maybe we'll see that a little bit later. Setup, we're going to be using the 530 and the 430 as a secondary. And I'll go ahead and get everything set up here. We've got a pilot, 2 passengers in the back. Not going to have any external power or anything. Our CG's sitting right dead center. A little bit of baggage in the back, a little bit in the nose. I do have it set to freedom units, so we will be using gallons and pounds in this. Got plenty of fuel for this flight. Our engine conditions from everything I've done in testing should be good to go. Everything's turned off, so we're not going to see a whole lot. We're 59 degrees in here. so fairly comfortable. Not going to check the failures tab. I do have it set up for random failures, so I try to stay out of there just to, what is aft cabin air? Oh, there's our ops meter right there. There we go. It would be around here somewhere. So I've got a little over 2.5 hours on each engine. And that is 100% of the time that I've spent flying this. So forgive me with my procedures and with my control ability. This crosswind is going to be interesting to watch, I'm sure. But let's go ahead and get everything fired up. We'll get our batteries and alternators turned on here. Leave the avionics off until we get started up. We don't need anything as far as any heats at the temperature that we're at. Certainly don't need anything as far as icing. We're gonna go ahead, get our beacon and our nav going. Let everybody know that we are getting ready to start up. Bring our mixtures all the way up to full rich. Oh, that's slow. Need to increase that speed a little bit there. Got this this bound to a keybind on my Thrustmaster HOTUS. It's only got throttle control, so I don't have separate levers for my mixture controls. TBD. We'll be getting there, but I want to speed that up a little bit. That was a little bit slow to react. So play with that a little bit. All right, so our mixtures are all the way up. Last time I started this, I think I started with the right engine, so we will go left engine first here. So we'll go ahead and get it primed. And bring it down to 1 inch. And clear prop. Manifold pressure, oil pressure. It's coming up. Bump it just a little bit. Let it idle at about 1,000 RPMs. The oil pressure is moving up a little bit. Good on that. All the temperatures coming up. I would say that is a good start on number 1. And we'll go ahead and start number 2 here. Clear prop. And we did not get a good start there, and I think I saw why. I believe my throttle lever moved a little bit when I was priming. So I might not have gotten a good prime on that. So let's try doing that again. Don't want to burn out our battery here. Ah, there we go. We kicked over and lost it immediately. Go one more time and then we'll let it cool down. Let the starter cool down for a minute. There we go. Now we kicked off. Oil pressure is in the green. Oil temperature is rising. Cylinder head on number 1 looks good. 1,000 RPMs. Alright, looks like we got a good start. Let's go ahead and get our avionics on. Radar on standby. Shoe over to standby. Cow flaps open a little bit. We don't need to open them way up, but we're playing around here. We don't want to overheat anything. Let the GPS sync up. Do its initialization. Today we're going to cap out at 10.5. We won't need that on the first leg, but we'll go ahead and sit it in here. Actually, for our first round, let's go 85. So our first leg is going to take us pretty much down the coast. We shouldn't be getting up into any of the mountains in the center of the island here. So this is our flight plan, and as we come out, we'll just hug the coast here, see if we need to go. If we've got enough altitude to clear this, we'll do it. If not, we'll just hug the coast, stay out on the edge, follow that all the way down to I believe that's Nelson. Yeah, Nelson. Take a look at our information. So we've got wind 160 at 16. QNH is 1023, so we'll go ahead and get that set. pretty much at sea level, just a little bit above sea level. Runways here are 18 and 36, so we'll definitely be taking runway 18. No, it's recommending 11. Let's see, what are the lengths on the runways here? I think we're gonna go for runway 18. And for our departure, we're gonna take a VFR pattern. Take that as left auto. Really don't believe that that's correct, but we'll see. We'll see when we get over there. All right. I think we're good to go. There, we'll go ahead and tune in tower. Tower frequency here is 127.4. That's going to be a long closer. Definitely does feel like there's a little bit of lag going on. I did just change my anti-alias settings, so we'll see what kind of difference that makes. Did have it set to DLSS and changed it to TAA just to see what kind of a difference that made. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and make that change back because this is showing that I'm only getting 17 frames and I should be getting much closer to 40. Frame gen is on. There we go. Much smoother already. Now look at the difference there. That's incredible. All right. And activate our say intentions, and I believe we are ready to go, so we'll go ahead and call the tower and see if we can get a taxi to runway 18. What is Takaka? I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. That's what we're going to go with. Takaka Tower, Beechcraft, November 6214 Kilo, request taxi to runway 18. turned on voices. It's telling me that 18 is not available. Active runway is 16. Taxi via Alpha, hold short of runway 36. Taxi to runway 16 via Alpha, hold short 36. Beechcraft 6214 kilo. Go ahead and set our course to 123, which is our en route. And we're heading onto our runway heading. So that we do not get confused. Alright. Go ahead and close this up before I forget about it. Taxi lights are on. Park brakes off, brake check, brakes are good. That aileron pointed into the wind. And let's see, how are we gonna get over there, I think. Have to taxi down the runway. Is that really runway 16? That seems... It doesn't even show a runway 16. I think we're gonna go to 18. Because I believe flights might be a little bit confused, so. Rocket Tower, Beechcraft 14 kilo is holding short of 36. Cross runway 36, Beechcraft 14 kilo. Ooh, heavy crosswind. Keep that aileron all the way down into that. I believe that wind is moved. We probably should have gone for 1-1, but we're here now, and we like a challenge, so we'll give it a shot, see what happens. Famous last words. Takaka Tower, Beechcraft, November 6214 kilo, ready for takeoff. I'm gonna go in no flaps takeoff here. Cleared for takeoff, Beechcraft, 14 kilo. Bring it up. Aileron into the wind. And away we go. Here's coming up. Really bumpy coming out of here. Props back just a little bit. Left turn out. Head on down the coast until we get enough altitude to be sure of clearing these ridges here. Go ahead and do this, which I should have done before we took off. Climb at 120. Got plenty of altitude. We're going to go ahead and turn on course. Takaka Tower, Beechcraft, 6214 kilo is departing the area to the southeast. Cloud layer here. It's super thin now. We'll bump all the way up to 10.5, see if we can get above it. Sync on. Nice and bumpy out here today. So it's not quite sudden. Recenter our heading bug here. Back a little bit, make it a little more comfortable. Watch the altitude. I think we are right. Wants to keep climbing. A lot of nose down trim ahead. We're fairly close here, so put our altitude on, put our heading hold on. Engage our autopilot and throw our nav on there. So we're about 15 miles out from Nelson, and we're making a right turn, headed across the island. To Westport. So let's go ahead and see what they're. Weather's only showing 10 knots over there, scattered at 4100, overcast at 48. So we might have some trouble getting down there. 1023 QNH, so we're still good on that. Let's see what's the tower. We'll see when we get over there. We might have to divert if we can't get through that overcast layer, but we'll take a look once we get in that direction, see what it's looking like. And might as well go ahead and get flight following. 7 center. Center Beechcraft, November 6214 Kilo, level 10,500, VFR to Westport, request flight following. Squawk 3536 and ident, Beechcraft 6214 Kilo. Roger, Beechcraft 6214 Kilo. All right, so flight following is not available, and then it was immediately available. So looks like we've got our flight following. Looks like we might have to bump up just a little bit. Hopefully we can maintain our VFR and we won't have any issues getting into Westport. If we do, what we'll do is we'll fly off the coast and over the ocean. We should be able to get down below the clouds, and then we'll come back in if that turns out to be what we need to do. Change coming up here to 227.
to try to drop under this and weave our way through the mountains. I think we'll bump up. Let's take it up to 12,000. So we can stay off the oxygen. Instruments all look good. Cylinder head temperatures are good. UGTs are good. Oil pressure, oil temp. So that's a high end, but we're still good. We're still in the green. Throw our weather radar on, see. Look very wispy. I don't think we'll have any trouble finding a hole to get down. We'll see what happens when we get over there, but I think we'll be all right. Don't see any precipitation. And we're out to 60 miles, so we should be picking up anything if it's out there. We just blew through our altitude. It's not 12.5. Let's drop that back down to 12 so that we do not have to be worrying about oxygen here. Skim right across the tops of these. Getting a little cold in the cockpit. Let's get this. Throw on our heater. That up to high. Christchurch Control, Beechcraft, November 61, 4 kilo, level 12,000. What's our outside air temperature? See, that's in C, so we're negative 10 at. We're screaming across here. Probably ready to start our descent here in about another 10 to 12 miles. So maybe that hole right in front of us there, we can dip down underneath that, get underneath this cloud layer, and we won't have to worry about going offshore. at sea level here at Westport, where we're headed. Christchurch Control, Beechcraft 14 Kilo, we're beginning our descent into Westport. QNH 1020, Beechcraft 14 Kilo. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and keep the speed up for now. No reason, we are a little bumpy, so we want to stay out of the yellow arc. We don't want to be pushing that, but we got plenty of speed we can add on. 118.7, 14 Kilo. Christchurch Info, Beechcraft, November 6214 Kilo with you. Start power back a little bit. Don't shut cool anything on our way down. With moving around doing this with a mouse. aircraft starts to move behind what you're scrolling on. Power. Let's go ahead and increase this. Back in. Looking for runway 4. We'll just come in on a left downwind. What we're doing here. That's actually backwards. The altitude and the vertical speed are in 2 different directions, so it's good to know. This thing is a lot of fun to fly. So this is pretty flat all the way out, so we'll just let the autopilot take us all the way down to 1500, then we'll take over and fly the pattern ourselves. Go ahead and be full rich on the mixture. Landing. Screw the heater off now. We don't need that. outside air temperature by the time we get down there. We'll be fine. Nice and comfy. Just on the other side of the river there. I think I can see the airport right up ahead there, right on the ocean. Feet to go. Let's go ahead, pop the autopilot off, and take manual control here. Stay 500 feet above pattern altitude until we get to the downwind. Start slowing up. Props all the way forward. Downwind, so gear down. 3 green. Fuel is good. Undercarriage is good. Mixtures full, rich propellers full. Notch flaps in, power coming back. Little high, in the wide arc, full flaps. Definitely getting rocked around. A little bit of crosswind left to right. Nuts. Oh, a little high on the flare there. Okay, a little floaty. A little bit of float, but not too bad. I'll take it. We'll just back taxi here. Laps are coming up. Christchurch info, Beechcraft 6214 Kilo is landed. Cancel flight following. Of course, there's going to be a truck. All right, I'm over here. Go ahead and open up the cow flaps, let everything start cooling down a little bit. Landing lights coming off. Let's drop down into about 150 here. Stop berating everybody. Welcome to Westport. Climb out here and get the thumbnail. There we go. All right. Well, thanks for coming along. I appreciate it. If you like this sort of thing, please remember to click like, give a thumbs up, subscribe. It really does help a lot. I appreciate it. And drop something in the comments. Let me know all the things I did wrong. There were a couple of them, quite a few of them. And tell me if you like this sort of thing. If this is something you'd like to see more of, definitely let me know. But I appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.